guys, I still have my morning voice, so I'm having a hard time doing my intro. So we're just gonna jump right into this video, okay? You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, you know what we're doing today. So the first thing Alexa does is wipe her face using a face wipe. Oh shit, I almost dropped it. I already have one, so just gonna do that. Although my skin's already clean, I've already like washed my face. What she does is to just get rid of any like extra oils or just any dirt that might be there. Okay, so after she wipes her face, she uses like a hydrating mist. Now, I don't know what brand she was using. She didn't show some of the brands. Some of the brands like for the makeup she showed, but some of the brands she didn't show at all. But I found a mist that I have and it says Set, Refresh, Hydrate. So I just figured, okay, this seems legit. It's by Lila B. It's called the A Glow Face Mist, and it just looked really cool. I've never used it before, so I just decided to use this. I don't know if you're supposed to put that much on, but it's so refreshing. It smells good. The next thing she does is apply a serum. So I'm gonna use this serum by Red Earth. It's like one of my favorite serums. I'm gonna use that. It's very hydrating and it's very lightweight. It's just really basic serum. And she puts that on her face and her neck. My big forehead. You know what's crazy? I actually don't think my forehead is as big as I think it is. It's mainly like my actual head itself. But then sometimes I try to picture myself with a smaller head and I don't know if it'll fit my body. So I just try to think about it too hard. If you have a big head, do that. Just imagine yourself with a smaller head and realize that you might look a little funny. So after that, she doesn't moisturize, which, I mean, I've never seen anyone do that before, but I'm not complaining. Less steps, less products for me. So she goes in this Dior Backstage primer and I already had that. A lot of stuff she used I already had, so I was really excited about that. So I'm just gonna pour some of that out and apply that. I mean, this is like, it's a primer, but it feels like a moisturizer, so maybe that's why she did that. I don't know. So next she goes in with the Dior Backstage foundation. Now I have like 3 different shades. I don't know which one I am. I'm gonna try the 4 neutral. So I have 4 neutral, 4.5 neutral, and then 4 warm. I'm gonna try, I might be a little tan. Let's go with 4 neutral. And then if I need to go darker, I'll go 4.5 neutral. And if I need to go warmer, I'll add the other one. And she applied that with like a fluffy brush. So she wants light coverage. So, I mean, that looks really good. So she just applied that with a fluffy brush and just applied that all over her face. She does not use a sponge at all. By the way, guys, I have this like green dress on to like match what she was wearing, but I'm pissed because I promise you, I had like a green silk robe like she's wearing in the video, and it was by Fenty, you know, Savage Fenty, and I don't know what I did with it. Like, I don't know if I like put in one of my bags when I was giving stuff away to Goodwill, but I don't think I would have done that. Like, I like the robe a lot, so I know I kept it. It's just like, where is it? You know, because I was supposed to film this video like 2 weeks ago, and I could not find the robe, and it was making me mad, but I just settled with this dress, you know, still have the same vibe. But don't you just hate when you know you have something but you do not know where it is? That's what's bothering me, because I know I have it, but can't find it anywhere. I need a tiny mirror. I'm trying to do this without a mirror, and it's kind of hard. And as you can see, it covers my scar. I always test like foundation based on how much it will cover my scar on my forehead. So this covers it pretty well. And make sure you bring it down your neck too, so it doesn't look masky. Is that a word? So the next thing she does is take a NARS concealer. I'm in the shade Biscuit, and she applies like very little, like right in that area underneath her eyes. I usually go all the way like under my eye, you guys know me, but she applies very little, so that's what I'm gonna do. Then she takes a flat brush. She had like a dual-ended brush, I think that's what it's called. You know, one side was smaller, one side was thicker, but I didn't have that, so I just found a brush that was like right in the middle. And she blended out, brings it around her nose, and then she puts some on her eyes. She said her base. And I'm assuming that's when she does her eyeshadow, because now that I think about it, she didn't use the eye primer when she did her shadow, so she uses this as like a primer for the eyeshadow. You know what's crazy? I'm so used to using sponges that I forget that brushes blend out things really well too. Wow, this looks so good. I like it. So next, she bakes under the eye before putting on shadow, and she applies it with a Fenty sponge. I wasn't sure what powder she was using, so I just took this one by Chanel. Cause I don't know, the powder she was using, it looked lightweight, and the Chanel powder is very lightweight. Like you could like let it sit and it'll bake with it, and then when you go back and dust it off, it doesn't look like flashbacky. I'm just making up all these different words. It doesn't look like too light. I'm loving where this routine is going so far because everything feels very lightweight and natural. Like I might have to start doing this. And so for eyeshadow, she uses this Dior Backstage palette. Now, I don't think this is the exact one she has, but it's Dior, and she takes this like nude shade. Let me get a different brush. Takes that and puts that all over her lid. I'm gonna use my finger because the brush I grabbed for sure has product on it, and I want to ruin my eyes before I even start. Now she goes in with like a warm brown, so I'm gonna just use the warm brown they have in this palette. And she starts to put that over her crease. So hard doing my shadow in this mirror because it's like freaking dirty. Let me get a different mirror. Why would I do that to myself? Oh, this is way better. Okay, I can actually see now. I'm getting a breakout right here. I'm just not noticing it. I wonder what I did to cause that. I think I know exactly what I did because it happened last night. I remember. So now she goes in with the Pat McGrath palette and gets like a brown shimmer color, but I don't have that. So I'm gonna take this palette from Melt, and the shadow that has to be broken is like a brown shimmer, and I'm just gonna use that because I don't have the Pat McGrath palette she has, so I just try to find something similar. It's like her eye looks way warmer, but then you gotta factor in that like we're different skin tones. So the shadows and the colors which she used are gonna look different on me. Cause I'm like thinking like hers definitely looks warmer than this, but it's still coming out really pretty. And then she goes with like another white shimmer. So I'm just gonna use this NARS palette I have called the Afterglow because they have like a white shimmer in here. And she puts that on her lids. You gotta remember that base from earlier is still there too. And then she goes in and puts this shimmer under her eyebrow as well. In order to make this look a little more warm, I'm just gonna go in with this orange shadow from the same Melt palette, just because I want mine to be just a little warmer like hers, so it just looks, you know, a little closer to what she has. So I'm just gonna take that orange shadow with this fluffy brush. And like, oh my God, I kind of just butchered it, but I'm just gonna blend that into the shadow I already have, just to make it a little warmer. All right, so before I move on, I need to bring the shadow inwards a little more because hers is a little inwards. But like, I'm kind of freaking out because mine looks so much darker and I don't know why, but you know, I guess it still looks pretty. For whatever reason, mine's coming out so much darker. So let me just bring that in a little more. I got a smaller fluffy brush and I'm using that same orange shade to keep up with the warmth. I wonder if I take a Q-tip and like brush a little bit so it's not so dark. Taking a Q-tip and wiping a little bit just to lighten up. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, so I might just stick with what I have because I wrote all the steps down and I'm following everything I wrote down, so I don't know why it's coming out so much darker, but it looks pretty. So now she does liner, and she doesn't curve her liner, like she does it straight. My freaking lashes are in the way. So she made sure to make it pointy. So I'm making sure I'm doing that. Trying not to curve it. And the liner I'm using is by House Labs. Okay, so I did my liner, but like she brings her liner inwards, but I can't do that. So I'm gonna take a pencil liner and like put it right there in like my inner fold thingy to create the illusion that I have that effect. But like not really, because I have these little flaps here. So I just think this is gonna kind of like help me create that illusion. This tickles, oh my gosh. Ah, don't mess up. Okay, so you guys see what I'm talking about? Like it kind of gives me that effect. But in order to fix where I messed up, I'm gonna take a Q-tip. I dabbed a little bit on this like concealer wand thingy. And I'm just gonna place that underneath to clean it up. That helped a little bit. I like the effect it gives though. All right, so next she jumps straight into blush. Like she never kind of like goes over dusting the powder off or even setting her entire face. So I'm just gonna dust this off, and maybe what I can do is just like buff over my entire face really fast, so I'm not really adding more product. I'm just making sure everything's set, because when you don't set your face, I mean like your makeup will still stay on, it just fades faster. Cause I did this, who did I do that didn't set their face? I think it was Sweetie who didn't set her face, like her entire face. And I remember like the makeup looked really good throughout the day, but towards like night, like you could see where I touched my face or the makeup had like came off because there's no setting powder to set it. So anyway, she goes in with a blush, a very light pink blush, and she doesn't use too much. And she like puts it on her cheek and brings it up into the hairline. I'm trying to like brush as I go because she doesn't use that much. Like her blush is very light. So next she goes in with this Dior contour palette, and I was really happy to see her use this because I use it all the time. And so just gonna contour right by the blush. So next she bronzes, and she uses like this really big like circle bronzer looking thing. I don't have that, but the only thing I had that looked like it was this Black Radiance bronzer, kind of sort of. I'm using very little though because it might be too dark. But she just goes over that with a fluffy brush. And I'm gonna put some on my forehead only because like later in the video when she's talking, you could see like she put some on her forehead and her neck area. So while I have it, I'm just gonna put it on now. And you could tell she like bronzed her forehead and her like jawline area a little bit. So might as well get that out of the way. And she put this down her neck too. Okay, I think we're bronzed. I hope my like dress hasn't been making all that noise this whole time. So next she takes the Dior highlighter palette. I also had that. I love when I watch these videos and they use things I actually have, so I could like really do it. And she mixed two of them. So I'm gonna mix these two right here. And we can see it. I usually set my face before highlight so we can apply better, but she didn't do that, so I'm trying not to cheat. Let's see if I use my finger lipstick. It doesn't want to stick like that. Guys, this is the third time I'm doing these lips. They're starting to hurt. I'm just trying to get the same vibe. Like I have to use different colors because we're different skin tones, so it's like not showing the same on me. Like the steps in which she's taking, it's not showing the same. So right now I'm mixing cork and chestnut. Wait, that's what I'm forgetting. When she highlighted the top of her lip. I'm gonna take Whirl by MAC and go over those liners. Okay, that's looking more like it. What am I gonna do next? I'm gonna take this like peachy gloss by House Labs. That looks looks more like it. Because hers looks a little more peachy to me. But like when I do like the browns, it looks like my skin tone, so it looks weird. Then I'm gonna take the Lip Maximizer by Dior, because she uses that. And I think she just placed it in the middle. That looks better. The other ones I was doing looked, yeah, no. I just gotta fix this line. I think we're good. So next, she just uses brow gel. She doesn't fill in her brows, but I don't really have like brows like that. Well, I do, but like I think in order to still have that natural hair effect, I'm gonna take these little, it's called a liquid eyebrow pen. Got on Amazon. It has like three little slashies to create hairs. I'm just gonna take that and do a few strokes of that, just so you know, I still look like I have like, you know, natural brows, but like just a little fuller. Okay, that looks good to me. Hope it looks good to you. I just, you know, want to at least have a little bit of brows. Okay, guys, bear with me. So now I'm gonna take brow gel, which is what she does. She says she brushes upwards and outwards. So doing that. This is Boy Brow by Glossier. I think I'm gonna put too much on, crap. I'm trying to like wipe over this with a Q-tip because I put too much of the brow stuff on, like the brow gel. And I don't like that white cast it's giving, if you guys see it. Maybe it'll go away when I set my face. Almost done, guys. She puts mascara on. Now she mentioned that she had extensions too, and that she applies a little bit to those. Not supposed to do this, but I'm about to get mine filled anyways and fixed up, so. A light coat won't hurt. I mean, I've done this before, and it doesn't really hurt. I just don't go crazy. Like, she was like really working it in there. I'm like, girl, you sure you got extensions on? Because I don't do all that, but I just put a light coat on. I kind of need it anyways. Take a little more concealer and try to fix this right here. Kind of bothering me. That looks better. I'm happy I did that. So it's kind of like bleeding, you can tell why I messed up. And now with the same mist she used in order to like hydrate her face in the beginning, she uses it to set, so I'm just gonna do the same thing. I didn't let that dry. Oh, this looks so pretty. Okay, so we're pretty much done with the makeup. Well, I mean, we are done, but I have to finish this off with a fragrance. I know she didn't do that during her video, but I've been doing it in mine. So I'm gonna be using Dolce & Gabbana The One today because I just feel like it matches the look. Oh, I just sprayed too little. Let me spray a little bit over here. I love this stuff. I haven't used this in a while because I bought it when I bought like 3 other perfumes and I kind of prioritized those. I kind of have an addiction. I buy so many that like it's hard for me to pick one, you know, like 'cause I have so many to choose from, but I feel like this kind of just goes the overall vibe of, you know, what I look like, so I thought it was perfect. And so here's some close-ups of the final look. This look is really pretty. Like, I love that foundation. Like, I don't know why I just whispered, but this looks so skin-like, so glammy. I want to add, I'm gonna try to add just a little more liner, just like a little bit. I don't want to mess that one up. This might be as close as I can get, because I just can't put on the folds, guys. Like, I know I can like make it look good in photos, but in person it's not gonna look good. And I want to look good today. I don't want to wash this off. So, honestly speaking, let's see. I've done Doja, I've done Sweetie, I've done Rico, and now Alexa. And to be honest, you guys know me. Like, this is probably, it is my favorite out of all looks I've done. The second place is Sweetie, because hers is really natural and nice, but this is my favorite out of all the ones I've done so far. So I'm happy I did it. I know you guys have been asking me to do Kehlani's recently, but I feel like she just posted hers, you know? I feel like hers should get some shine first before I go and recreate it. I don't know if like that's just my thought process. You know, you might think like me and agree. I don't know, I just feel like hers was like posted what, like maybe like 2-3 weeks ago now? Like can it be like up for at least like a month or two before I go recreate it? I don't know, I just feel like hers should get like, you know, the shine right now before I go and do it. So that's why I haven't done it. But I was looking through like, okay, what do I want to do? And I know in my last one, everyone was commenting. A lot of people said Alexa, some people said Justine. There was a lot of different recommendations, but I liked Alexa's the most because I just relate to it. It's totally my vibe. You guys know me. I like warm, bronze, 90s type glam. So this is perfect. I love this. I'm wearing this the rest of the day. Got the hairstyle, got the earrings, got the dress. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow because I didn't post yesterday and I felt like such a huge flop, guys, and I'm so sorry. But I have a video planned for you guys tomorrow. If you guys liked my hair in my video last week where I did the glow up, like that brown hair, I'm gonna film how I got that color. And a lot of you guys were asking me how I got it. So I expect to see you tomorrow, okay? All right, I'll let you guys go now.